Howdy friends, welcome to the Monday Jam. Here we are at the Slow Tempo Jam, starting a couple minutes late. I apologize about that. I always try to get this going right on time since it's a live broadcast, but I appreciate your patience there. Okay, well, just finished up a 5-day wilderness first responder course. It was a hybrid course. It was an 80-hour training, and there's going to be a lot of study and a lot of keeping up and a lot of learning yet, but I feel confident as a wilderness first responder that now I have the tools to go to work if something goes down. It was inspiring, amazing, lots of critical thinking, lots of problem solving, and a whole lot of backcountry medicine. So the medicine for us tonight is going to be music, and I'm going to double check on the live streams and make sure we are up and running. So bear with me a moment, get yourselves in tune, and we'll get started here in just a moment. Take a ride on the Wabash Cannonball, one of my favorites. How's everybody doing out there? Make sure you chime in if you're feeling it. You don't have to, but it's nice to see who's there, how you are, where you are, and what you are up to, what you're picking. And as always, it's nice to see connections made among folks out there. You might find a new pickin' friend in your town or in your area. You might find some folks who are going to be at one of the bluegrass camps coming up. Looks like we're live. Okay, live on Facebook, live on YouTube. I will be at Kaufman Camp in June in Maryville, Tennessee, and I will be at Augusta Bluegrass Week in Elkins, West Virginia in July. I'm sneaking that one out as a tidbit because it's not even announced yet, but hey, I don't think they'd mind me giving a little teaser because it would be much more of a rarity to see me not there than to see me there. It's been since 2005. I've been just about every year, save those few missing years, of course. Okay, Wabash Cannonball in the key of G. It goes like this. 1 and 1, 1 and a 4, 5 and a 5, 5 back to 1, 1 and a 1, 1 and a 4, 5 and a 5, 5 and a 1. Now I know there's a couple real traditionalists out there who are waving their finger at me saying that 4 chord comes down on the downbeat of that second measure. And it does on the original. And somewhere along the line, folks started sort of adapting it. The same phenomenon happens with Molly and Ten Brooks. The original goes to the 4 chord right on the downbeat, but nowadays most folks play it where they wait a couple beats and then change the chord, as we're doing here. If you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. But just notice that the chord falls a little slightly on a different place on the original recording, so you can check that out. And I just wanted to make sure that was acknowledged in case there's any confusion out there or any real purists giving me dirty looks. I just think this way is a little bit more musical. I know it's good to stick with the traditions and follow your source recordings, but sometimes we do educated variations on the song. So here's how I would count this off. If you're new to this whole experience, just dive in. You'll figure it out as we go. But basically on all the songs, you kick the song off and I'll sort of demonstrate how I might kick it off to give you an idea. And when you kick off the song, all you really have to do is play some version of the melody. Even if it's just a basic single note version of the melody, that's totally fine. Once you get the kickoffs down a little bit and get your instrument, a little more fluent on your instrument and the techniques associated with your instrument, you can start incorporating other things. I do things like melody strum, cross picking, some single note, improv. If you're on a banjo, you're working that 3-finger roll into the melody. If you're on a fiddle, you're doing different things like bowing patterns and whatnot. A mandolin, you might be working in some double stops, a little bit of tremolo, a couple single note improv licks. Each instrument has its own little tricks. But anyhow, you'll get that as you just play along and start feeling this out. This is not meant to be a lesson, although I'm giving you little educational tidbits along the way. This is not a lesson on how to play the song. This is just set up like a jam session would be, with me sort of guiding you through it. Okay, so here's how I might kick off the song, and here's how I'm going to do that with the same count off that I'm going to count you in here in a moment. So here's me. A 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Always do some sort of little trail off lick, either a G run or a little descending lick of some kind. That's part of the bluegrass way. And if you're kicking off the song and you're not the singer, you might be like stepping back away from the mic while you're trailing off your lick and the singer's stepping up to perform. That's why you hear that fiddle kind of fade a little bit on some of the old live recordings or traditional bluegrass style recordings when they're around one microphone. Anyway, enough talking. Let's go ahead and play Wabash Cannonball, and you are going to kick us off. There's several verses of this song. I use the last verse, or one of the last verses, I don't know what the exact sequence of it is, the one that says, listen to the jingle, the rumble, and the roar. I use that as a chorus, so I sing that after each other verse in the sequence. So you can sing a harmony to that if you like. Here we go. Kick us off on Wabash Cannonball in the key of G. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. From the great Atlantic Ocean to the wide Pacific shore, from the queen of the flowy mountains to the south bells by the shore. She's mighty tall and handsome, she's known quite well by all. She's the combination on the Wabash Cannonball. So listen to the jingle, the rumble and the roar, as she glides along the woodland, o'er the hills and by the shore. Hear the mighty rush of the engine, hear the lonesome hobo's call. We're traveling through the jungles on the Wabash Cannonball. I'll play it now. Well, she came down from Birmingham one cold December day. As she rolled into the station, you could hear all the people say, there's a girl from Tennessee, she's long, she is tall. She came down from Birmingham on the Wabash Cannonball. So listen to the jingle, rush of the engine, hear the lonesome hobos call. We're traveling through the jungles on the Wabash Cannonball. Now you play it. All the eastern states are dandy, so the people always say. From New York to St. Louis and Chicago, by the way. Way up in Minnesota, where the rippling waters fall, no chances can be taken on the Wabash Cannonball. Last chorus. So listen to the jingle, the rumble and the roar, as she glides along the woodland o'er the hills and by the shore. Hear the mighty rush of the engine, hear the lonesome hobos call. We're traveling through the jungles on the Wabash Cannonball. Great. So again, just a reminder of the cues. This will be to end the song, and if you're in a jam, you'll see the leader's foot kick out, and that is the cue to end the song. If it's going to be a tag, you'll see the little whirly whir of the neck. Okay, great. And for those of you who are new to this, who are kind of figuring it out, realize that when I'm playing lead, you're playing rhythm. Just wanted to make that clear. And sometimes I'll say, I got it, or I'll play. That means I'm taking the lead and you're backing me up. And then when I say, okay, now you take it, or your turn, or you, that means you're playing lead and I'm backing you up. So just making sure everybody knows how that goes. I'm assuming most of you have been to a bluegrass jam, and most of you who have been hanging with me for the last several years, just ignore me. I'm just making sure the newcomers know what's happening. Okay, and of course, you're welcome to do whatever the heck you want. I just don't want to de-socialize you for real jams, because when you're at a real jam, it's a group effort. We're really listening to each other. We're trying to cover the actual parts that we're responsible for covering in the bluegrass. So like if you're getting used to just noodling along the whole time with me, remember, like, part of this is to work on your rhythm playing, and you can listen to some of my rhythm stuff if you want to pick up some ideas if you're a guitar player, and listen to some of my lead stuff if you want to pick up some ideas as well. Okay, thanks to the Ohio, which we have not done in some time. This goes in the key of G, and a 1, and a 5, and a 5, back to 1, and 1 to the 4, and a 1, 5, and a 1. Now I'm obviously trying to sing the melody while showing you the changes, so that gives you a bit of a heads up on how the melody goes. I'm going to actually slow this down a tiny bit. Okay, so my kickoff might go a 1, 2, 3. missed a note there. I'll bet you have a really lovely melodic kickoff ready to go for this song. So let's hear it. Kick us off here on Banks of the Ohio in the key of G. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Just a walk a little ways. As we walk, dear, may we talk all about our wedding day. Always say that you'll be mine in our home. On the banks of the Ohio. I got it. I took her by her lily white hand, dragged her down that bank of sand. There I throwed her in to drown, and watched her as she floated down. Always say be mine in our home. We'll happy be down beside where the waters flow on the banks of the Ohio. Play it. The very next morn, about 1:30, thinking of the deed I'd done, I killed the girl I loved, you'll see, 'cause she would not marry me. Always say in our home. We'll happy be down beside where the waters flow on the banks of the Ohio. Okay, I abridged the verses of a gruesome murder ballad. Awful story. But it's one of those songs that has just stuck in the canon of songs, and it's a nice melody, a lovely melody. I use this melody often to teach folks learning about bluegrass. Oh boy, we got lots of folks online. Okay, here in YouTube land, hello Sandy in Bakersfield. Hello Daniel McPartland in Richmond, Virginia, playing the mandolin. Hey Mike LeBlue on the D28 guitar in Richmond, Virginia. And hi Ron Lipton in Indiana. Hello Jeffrey Boyle. Hello Moroccan Moorish. Cool. Hi Barry Schaub in D28 in Pennsylvania. Cool. I'll keep explaining little tidbits, but definitely go to a jam at some point when you can. And it's a vulnerable experience, right? So it's a humble thing. You know, I remember going to my first bluegrass jams and going to some bluegrass jams even today where there's really great players around. It's something that if you have the right attitude, you'll gain quite a bit from it. Okay, Roger Taylor. Hi, Roger, here in San Diego County. Hi, Bob Dickinson. Dobro Bob. And Zach Harvey in Walla Walla, Washington, playing the guitar. Hey, Mr. Dog Moon in downtown Pacific, Missouri. Todd Schmidt on the banjo in New Jersey. Hello, everybody playing along on YouTube. Okay, over here in Facebook land. Hi, Larry McLaughlin in Downers Grove, Illinois. Hi, Colin in staying up late in the UK with us. Thanks, Colin. Hi, David Foster. Hi, Richard Cockerham. Back this week on the mandolin. Right on. Hello, Lucy. You are here, finally. All right. Thanks for playing along. David Foster in Connecticut. Dave Schmidt. Yeah, Down in the Willow Garden is a gruesome one. They're all gruesome. I mean, there's no reason to do these things in the song. They're all metaphors, right? Just like Neil Young's Down by the River, I Shot My Baby, whatever. He broke up with her. That's the metaphor. Hello, David Holtkamp in New Mexico. Hi, Sandy Brown in Texas on the mandolin. Hi, Don B in Powassan? I don't know. I never say that word right. I know you explained it to me once. Powassan, Ontario, Canada. And hi, Andy. Lots more snow in Colorado. I've heard it's quite cold in Colorado right now. Thanks all for chiming in. We will keep on moving with the Foggy Mountain Spatial. When you hear Lester Flatt say this word, it sounds like he's saying spatial, like spatial awareness. Foggy Mountain Spatial. And Earl Scruggs banjo number that's quite fun, really, on any instrument. And it goes, it's just a 12-bar blues. So if you're familiar with the 12-bar blues in any style, it's the same progression. In the key of G, it's like a 1 and a 1 and a 1 and 1 and a 1 and a 1 and a 1 and 1 and a 4, 4 and a 4 and 4 and a 1 and a 1 and a 1 and 1 and a 5, 5, 5 and a 1 and a 1 and a 1 and a 1. So that's one time through, but our breaks are going to be twice through that chord progression. So I'm going to kick it off and I'll play the melody of the song the first time. And then the second time through, I might start jamming a little bit. I might allude to the melody. But anyway, I'll take it the 2 times through the chord progression. Then you'll take it 2 times through. Then I'll take it 2 times through again. And you'll take it 2 times through again. And then that'll be it. Okay? So 2 rounds each on a double chorus. That's how we would explain that. 2 times through the chorus of Foggy Mountain Special. I'm going to turn this tempo up a little bit. We're on the slow tempo, of course. Here we go. I'm going to kick it off, and I'm just going to count it in instead of doing taters, okay? So you back me up, and I'll kick it off. Foggy Mountain Special in G. A 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3. time through. Here I go. It just seemed like we needed to take it one more time around. We were just getting into it, right? 12-bar blues. Playing the blues sure is fun. And in bluegrass style, we call that type of rhythm, it's sort of like a stomp. There's some songs actually called stomp, like Bill Monroe's Bluegrass Stomp. And Frank Wakefield has one called Mexican Stomp. Anyway, the stomp rhythm is like stomp. It's like it's almost like a swing rhythm or sock rhythm. So a lot of downbeats is what I'm saying. It's just that plodding along, boom, doom, doom. The bass might be walking instead of doing root 5. Ba-doom, doom, 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 ba-doom, doom, doom. And it's related to swing jazz. That song is, that tune, I should say, it's an instrumental, is very much like Benny Goodman's, not Benny Goodman, who did that? Glenn Miller. Glenn Miller's In the Mood. Very, very similar to that. You know, these guys were listening to swing jazz when they were coming up, and it really influenced their playing and influenced the style of some of their songs. And then that went on to influence rock and roll. You've heard. Tom Adams, great banjo player, he has a little shtick where he plays that little melody in the middle of Foggy Mountain Special to kind of prove that point, that the rock and rollers got it from the bluegrassers. All right, moving on. Hey, Good Lookin'. Whoa, speaking of people the rock and rollers learned from, this is a Hank Williams song. I've been throwing in Hank Williams songs because why not? They're fun, and you know, I just felt like I need a little more Hank in my life. It's been a while since I focused on Hank Williams. And this is just a song everyone should know. It works well as a bluegrass number. And we're going to play in the key of C. I got a cheat sheet. I pretty much know the song, but I wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything. Because with Hank Williams, it's all about that story. So here we go. Hey, Good Lookin' in C. It's looking out at some gorgeous sunset colors happening. We had some rain here in Hamul, California today. So, key of C, 1 and 1, 1 and 1, 2 dominant or major, D major, that's the one. To the 5 back to 1, 5, 1. So a bit of insight here. The 2 chord in the key of C would be a D minor, naturally. So that's why I'm specifying that it's a 2 dominant, which means it's a D7. And a D major would work just fine as well. The 7th is always optional on the dominant chords. A dominant chord in the key of C is the 5 chord. And the 5 chord, being a G chord, could be a major or a dominant 7th. Either one, G major or G7. Same with that 2 dominant, either a D major or a D7. If you are a music theory instructor, you're wagging your finger at me. You're saying, no, you don't call it a 2 dominant, you call it the 5 of the 5. It's acting as the 5 of the 5 chord. It's a secondary dominant. There's only one dominant chord in a major key, and it's the 5. So when you take any other chord and turn it into a dominant chord, we call that a secondary dominant. So in music theory terms, it's called the 5 of the 5. In regular old bluegrass vernacular, I'm calling it a 2 dominant or a 2 major. But you're going to hear me say that a lot, just to keep it easy. It's the 2 of the scale, it's a D, and it's a dominant chord, which means D7. Okay? In any case, that's how it goes. C and C, C and C, D, G, C. Okay? And if you don't know the numbers, get better at the numbers, because that's the language we speak in bluegrass. All right? So that's the verse. I'll sing it again. Hey, good looking, 1 and a 1. Here's that 2 dominant to the 5, back to 1, and a quick 5. That happens in the middle of the verse. Back to the 1. Comes the bridge. I'll throw in a quick C7, which is another secondary dominant, right? There's only one dominant chord in a key, and it's the 5. Any other chord I put into a 7th is going to become a secondary dominant of another chord. So what chord is this secondary dominant of? You got it, the 4. So I'll play a 7th chord on the 1 chord if I'm going to the 4, because it becomes a secondary dominant. It becomes the 5 of that 4 chord. If your head is spinning, don't think about it. C7. I'm going to throw that in before the F chord. Here comes the F. 4, 4 and a 1 and 1. 4 and a 4 and a 1 and 1. 4 and a 4 and a 1. Here's the 2 dominant. Back to the 5. Say, hey, good looking. What you got to cooking? How's about cooking something up with me? Okay, that's how the song goes. So you're just going to play along and you're going to get it just fine. We're going to be using the verse, or it's actually the chorus. It's hard to say which part is which. I'm going to call it the chorus that we start playing. Hey, good looking, what you got cooking? That's basically the chorus of the song. So that's the section that we're going to play all of our leads on. That's how I might kick it off. The actual kickoff of the song, just a note as far as arranging goes, because we don't really deal with arrangements here. We just kind of keep it simple and mostly play through some section of the song to kick it off. The kickoff on this song is the slide guitar, the lap steel going. Let's see. The lap steel goes something like. Sorry. The lap steel will go something like. So it's just playing the end of that section. The how about looking something up with me? That's a little abbreviated intro that many songs do. So just be aware of that if you're arranging something or if you're in a jam. But we're going to extend it and play all the way through that chorus to kick it off. And you're going to do it quite wonderfully, I'm sure. And I'm going to slow this down a wee bit. And here we go. Kick us off on a Hey Good Lookin' in C. A 1, 2. A 1, 2, 3. How's about cooking something up with me? Say, hey, sweet baby, don't you think maybe we could find us a brand new recipe? I got a hot rod Ford and a $2 bill, and I got a spot right over the hill. There's soda pop and dancing free, so if you wanna have fun, come along with me. Say, hey, good looking, what you got cooking? How's about cooking something up with me? I got it. So we can go steady. How's about saving all your time for me? No more looking, I know I've been tooken. How's about keeping steady company? I'm gonna throw my date book over the fence, buy me a new one for 5 or 10 cents. Till it's covered with age, 'cause I'm writing your name on every page. Say, hey, good looking, what you got cooking? How's about cooking something up with me? Play it. Date book over the fence, buy me a new one for 5 or 10 cents, and keep it till it's covered with age, 'cause I'm writing your name on every page. Say, hey, good looking, what you got cooking? How's about cooking something up with me? Fun! Did you enjoy that? I sure did. I love those old Hank Williams songs. Now we're at the slow tempo jam, and that song has the advantage of being a slow song. I mean, that is the tempo of that song, so that we played that at performance tempo. You could back it down a little more to practice it, of course, but I just wanted to throw that one in at its actual tempo because it's the same tempo as most of the other stuff we've been playing. Okay. And another classic country song that works well as a bluegrass number. And I throw these in because they're nice songs to play at the tempos we're playing. And if you're hanging around bluegrass players, they're going to play the heck out of these songs, and they're going to be familiar with them because most of us are familiar with a lot of the classic country standards as well. So this is Waltz Across Texas. If you're not familiar with this song, you're gonna be in about 5 seconds because it's really easy. In the key of D, it's a waltz, as the title implies, which means it's in 3/4 time. So it goes 1 and a 1 and a 5 and a 5, 5 and a 5 and a 1, 1 and a 1 and a 5 and a 5 and a 5 and a 5 and a 1. That's the whole song. So in other words, I got a D major and I got an A7. Right, that's my 5. That's my 5 dominant. It's a dominant 7th chord. An A major works well too, but why not add that nice color of that 7th in there for the A7? So I'll find a tempo that works here and then I'll demonstrate a kickoff. Let's see. Feels about right, nice and slow. Now the way I count in a waltz is I'll count you 4 whole measures. So here's how I'm gonna count it, and here's me demonstrating a kickoff. 1, 2, 1. Sorry, I'm gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4. I can count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just a real pretty, very basic melody, and you're gonna play it as best you can here in the key of D. I'll give you 4 whole measures to count you in. Waltz Across Texas in D. Kick us off. 1, 2, 3, 4. When we dance together, my world's in disguise. It's a fairyland tale that's come true. And when you look at me with those stars in your eyes, I could waltz across Texas with you. Across Texas with you in my arms. Waltz across Texas with you. Like a storybook ending, I'm lost in your charms, and I could waltz across Texas with you. I'll play it. Troubles are just up and gone the moment you pass into view. And with your hand in mine, I could dance all night long, and I could waltz across Texas with you. Waltz across Texas with you in my arms. Waltz across Texas with you. Like a storybook ending, I'm lost in your charm, and I could waltz across Texas with you. Play it. Play another one. Play it again. Waltz across Texas with you in my arms. Waltz across Texas with you. Like a storybook ending, I'm lost in your charm, and I could waltz across Texas with you. Fun. I was going for that. It's a neat little double stop bendy lick that the old Martin doesn't like. It knocks that string out of tune a little bit. But I missed it the first time. Thanks for giving me another shot. Yeah, good old song from Ernest Tubb, one of the early stars of the Grand Ole Opry, and one of the biggest in country music history. A lot of great songs and a lot of really hot bands that guy had through the years, including the great guitarist Leon Rhodes. Okay, moving on. We got to keep moving because we're running out of time. Ragtime Annie in the key of D. I'm going to hang out in an open D position here. Oftentimes, guitarists will capo 2 and play this out of C position. If that's your thing, go for it. I'm just going to hang here now. So, Ragtime Annie goes 1 and a 1 and a 1 and a 1, 1 and a 1 and a 5 and a 5, 5 and a 5 and a 5 and a 5, 5 and a 5 and a 1, 1 and a 1 and a 1 and a 1, 1 and a 1 and a 5 and a 5, 5 and a 5 and a 5 and a 5, 5, 5 and a 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 and a 1 and a 4 and a 5 and a 5 and a 5 and a 5, 5 and a 5 and a 1, 1, 1 and a 1 and a 1 and a 1 and a 4, 4, 4, 1, 1, 5 and a 5 and a 1. Got it? Okay. Hopefully you know this tune. If not, you can always just kind of take a little note of the time of this section of the video and go back to it. But this is a good old fiddle tune. Pretty simple, yet you can take it lots of places. It's a good jammer. Nice comfortable tempo here. We're pushing it a little bit because we're getting toward the mid-tempo jam, so we don't want to hang too slow for too long, but this is slow for this number. Here we go. I'm going to kick it off and we're going to play it twice through. Me, you, then me, and then you again. Ragtime Annie in the key of D. Cool. I know I didn't specify if we were tagging it or not, but if you were tagging it, any of those tags would have worked just fine. But I figured we would just end it. It seemed like the musical thing to do in the moment. Okay, 2 more songs here. And then we're going to be in the mid-tempo jam, which starts at quarter till. So we got just enough time to do this and then stand up and stretch, get ourselves another cup of tea, whatever we need to get through the mid-tempo jam. Okay, keep on the sunny side. And again, not necessarily a bluegrass standard, but I just love this song. And all you bluegrassers need to know this song because it comes up, and every now and then, when people need a little reassurance, or if the weather's nasty, or if you're down, or if you just want a good old sing-along, this is a very valuable song. how to play. So we're in the key of E, and I'm capoing 4, playing C position, so I can do all that nice Maybelle Carter style melody strum. So there's a verse and a chorus. The verse goes, and the verse is the one to pay attention to for the melody. That's what we're going to be playing, our breaks, our kickoff on the verse, which goes, and a 1, and a 4, and a 1, and a 1, and a 1, and a 5, and a 5, and a 5, and a 1, and 5, and a 5, and a 1. Chorus. 1 and 1, 4 and a 4 and 1, 1 and a 1 and a 5, and a 1 and a 1, and a 4 and a 1, and a 1, 4, 1, 5, 1. My kickoff would go, I kind of try to do, like I said, the Maybelle Carter, Mother Maybelle's melody strum. They call that the Carter scratch. I don't have the technique to play the Carter scratch. Those of you who are traditionalists know this, but I'm doing it with a flat pick and sort of approximating what Maybelle would do. And I'll go 1, 2, 3. Let me try that again. 1, 2, 3. Every now and then there's a little glitch in the system. Here we go. I'm going to try it again. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so go ahead and get ready to kick us off on Keep on the Sunny Side in the key of E, and you better be singing along. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. There's a dark and a troubled side of life. There's a bright and a sunny side too. Though we meet with the darkness and strife, the sunny side we also may view. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day. It will brighten all our way if we keep on the sunny side of life. I got it. Oh, the storm in its fury broke today, crushing hopes that we cherish so dear. Clouds and storm will in time pass away. The sun again will shine bright and clear. sunny side of life. It will help us every day. It will brighten all our way if we keep on the sunny side of life. Hey. Let us greet with a song of hope each day. Though the moment be cloudy or fair, let us trust in our Savior always, to keep us everyone in His care. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day. It will brighten all our way if we keep on the sunny side of life. If we keep on the sunny side of life. All right. Okay, last song on the slow jam. We still got folks out there. How's everyone doing? Cool. Lots of folks chiming in. Sorry I don't have time to say hey to everybody right now, but nice to see you all chatting. And we'll finish off this set with Handsome Molly, and then I'm going to shut the system down, and you'll see a new video pop up at quarter till. Which is just going to be really quick after we finish this song, or a few minutes after we finish the song. And come on back and we'll just keep on playing a bunch of great music. Okay, Handsome Molly in B. So it's convenient. Oftentimes I try to plan it this way for convenience of capo switching. On the guitar, I'm in the same capo position, so this makes it nice. Other instruments might have to switch positions, not sure. But anyhow, I'm in the key of B right here, capo 4, playing out of G position. So this song goes 1 and a 1 and 1 and a 5, 5 and a 5 and a 4 and a 1, 1 and a 1 and 1 and a 5, 5 and a 5 and a 4 and a 1. That's it. And my kickoff would go something like, let's see, my kickoff will go something like, something like that. So we're going to pick up the tempo a wee bit, because this is a fairly simple song, and I want to get it a little closer to its performance tempo, still a good bit slower. Okay, Handsome Molly in the key of B. Kick us off. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, sorry. I'm going to call a do-over because I played some really sloppy rhythm, which you probably noticed. So here's my do-over for the set. Let's kick it off one more time, and I'll play a little more solid for you. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. some other seaport town. Set my foot on a steamboat and I'd sail the ocean round. Sailing around the ocean, I'm sailing around the sea. Think handsome Molly, wherever she may be. I got it. Her cheeks are dark as her hair. Her hair is dark as a raven. Her eyes are black as coal. Cheeks shone like lilies out in the morning cold. Go to church on Sunday and she passes me on by. I can see her love is fading by the roving of her eye. Sailing around the ocean, I'm sailing around the sea. Think handsome Molly, wherever she may be. Play. Remember, oh dear Molly, when you gave me your right hand, you said that we would marry and I would be your man. But now you broke your promise, go marry whom you please. While my poor heart is aching, you're roving at your ease. Sailing around the ocean, I'm sailing around the sea. Think handsome Molly, wherever she may be. Sailing around the ocean, I'm sailing around the sea. Think handsome Molly, wherever she may be. Alright, thanks everybody. Come on back in just a couple minutes. It'll probably start a minute late or so because I got to shut this down and start up the mid-tempo jam. So I'll see you there in just a few minutes. Okay.